Is fake news really a thing? I'm Baer, founder of Convince and Convert, New York Times bestselling author and digital business celebrity. Recently, my friends at Cision conducted their 6th annual social journalism study to investigate how, where, and why journalists use social media. Now, we have heard a lot about fake news in the past year, and social networks like Facebook have even put policies into practice to try to cut down on bogus or misleading articles being spread virally via social media. But imagine being someone whose job it is to make news. How important is fake news and that issue to them? Well, Cision asked hundreds of press professionals about fake news, and 51% said that fake news is a serious problem in their area of journalism. But perhaps even more interesting is journalists' thought about the impact of social media on journalism and historical standards. More than 3/4 of research participants said that social media encourages journalists to focus on speed rather than analysis. I think there's no doubt about that, as being first sometimes feels more important than being accurate. And on a point strongly related to fake news, 57% of journalists say that social media is undermining traditional journalistic values like objectivity. Cision has done this research every year since 2012, and this may not be a surprise, but this year, more journalists than ever believe that social media is negatively impacting objectivity. In fact, 35% more journalists feel this way now compared to 2012. Yikes. It's worth noting that these attitudes differ somewhat based on journalists' industry and age. Journalists working in news and current affairs have more concern about fake news than do business journalists, for example. And perhaps because of their greater consumption of social media in general, younger reporters believe fake news to be a larger problem than do older reporters. But there's no question that this research proves, at least for journalists, fake news is definitely a thing, and social media is responsible for it, at least in part. Thanks to Cision and their partners at Canterbury Christ Church University for putting this research together. I really encourage you to take the time to download and read the entire report. There's lots of good stuff in there.